Welcome into College Football Now. I am Tom Downey, and we are about to break down the top 2025 classes, the top 25 in them, for the early National Signing Day period, which at this point is kind of the normal National Signing Day moment. The February one is kind of the late signing day period at this point. We're about to break that down. Before we get there, if you're excited for the 12-team college football playoff like I am, should have some fun games, like the video right now. Before we get in the top 25, the notable non-top 25 classes. Clemson, as we sit right now, sitting outside the top 25. They're at 26, only 15 commits. SMU, which not quite the full-on Pony Express 2.0 yet, although they've got a chance to make the CFP. They're at 31. Colorado, a small class, 14 commits in total at 37. And then, chicken and egg debate here about, the coaches getting fired. North Carolina's at 89. Purdue is at 104. Those schools recruiting good-ish to okay. Sunbelt and MAC schools is not a very good sign. Let's get to the top 25 then. Wisconsin, 24 commits. All of this as of right around 5 p.m. Eastern time, by the way, so things can and will change. 8 4-stars in this class, led by 4-star quarterback, a top 170 overall recruit. All this per the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings, by the way, Carter Smith. TCU, a big class. They check in at number 24. 6 4-stars in this class, led by number 106 overall, Chad Woodfork. Another big class, this time much further to the northwest. Washington, 8 4-stars, 30 commits. That makes some sense. They got hit pretty hard by graduation and the transfer portal last year, so they're going to go with a bigger class this season. Florida State, which when we first started doing this earlier this afternoon, they were not in the top 25. They were able to flip Usman Chroma. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I don't have any pronunciation, guys, so it's all just vibes-based there. Number 74 flipped him from Georgia, which did impact the top team. More on that in a little bit. Kevin Wynn, also number 98 overall. They've got a 5-star, too, Solomon Thomas. We'll see if there's any potential concerns for a flip there. Nebraska checks in at number 21, a top 90 recruit in Dawson Merritt. South Carolina at number 20 with 25 commits, led by 4-star wide receiver Malik Clark. They have 11 4-stars, just like Nebraska does in this class. Now, to an extent, the hype around signing day it's not what it once was, because the transfer portal has changed things so much. We will do transfer portal videos, of course. What do you guys like more? R for recruiting or T for the transfer portal? Go vote at the pinned comments on today's show. Missouri helped themselves out today. Just 17 commits, 10 of them 4-stars. A 4-star quarterback, Matt Zoller, we'll see if they end up getting someone like, I saw Miller Mossling to them today, which could make some sense. I don't think Brady Cook's actually a good quarterback, but he's not going to be back anyway, so who cares? Javison Hilson, 42nd overall. Missouri got him today. They got 3 others in the top 200 as well. Georgia Tech, also a top 20 class. Tay Harris, number 48 overall, the corner, and Josh Petty, number 52 overall. As the film, he hasn't signed. Haven't heard any flip buzz, so I wouldn't be too worried about that, but you feel better once it's officially pen to paper, blah, blah, blah. Number 17 is Penn State. That is 17 4-stars, because we've seen Penn State put together top 10 classes before. Not as good, more of just a solid 4-star grouping with their 26 commit. Darius Dixon is number 116 overall in that grouping. Oklahoma checks in at number 16, 18 commits. The biggest is the lone 5-star the Sooners have with 11 4-stars also in the fold. Michael Fasusi, I think that's how that's pronounced. If not, I'm terribly sorry, Michael. He's number 13 overall, the offensive tackle. Top 15 to come, but first, today's show is made possible by Game Time. It is the place to get tickets to the next big event. That could be a bowl game, a CFP semifinal or a quarterfinal or first round game or an NFL game. Whatever it is. By the way, the Big Ten tickets are extremely cheap. Download the Game Time app over at gametime.co. Use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create your account. Redeem code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off. Link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. Terms apply, only for your first purchase. Make sure you use that code ChatSports, and make sure you check out the Game Time Picks feature. It's curation designed to save you even more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and everything else in between. Again, it's gametime.co, promo code ChatSports, ChatSports. Number 15, the Miami Hurricanes, 21 commits, including a top 100 offense lineman whose name I can't pronounce, so I'm just not even going to try right there. Plenty of anger in the Coral Gables area, given the fact that what happened to the CFP. Can't say I blame the guys. Number 14, Ole Miss. Speaking of a team that thinks they should be higher ranked than they maybe should be. Ole Miss is going to be real mad at me, but come on, you're not going to be ahead of Alabama. Let's be real here. 5-star wide receiver Caleb Cunningham is the gem of this class. 18th overall. They've also got 4-star, 13 total, led by interior offensive lineman Devin Harper, who's in the top 90. USC's had overall a pretty good day. They've got a top 100 linebacker recruit in Matei Togia. I think I got that correctly. They have their quarterback, Houston Longstreet, number 34 overall. And today they got a commit from Jakeem Stewart, the number 16th ranked overall player, defensive lineman. Sure doesn't seem like Lincoln Riley's going to go to UCF. Did you see that, Chris? Did you see that story? What are we doing out here, UCF? Let's know our proper program value and not waste our time calling Lincoln Riley about coming down to Florida. It didn't make any sense. Disappointed by Riley's tenure so far for the Trojans, but he's got a top 15 class this year, it seems like. Notre Dame, number 12 with 24 commits. They got Madden Ferriyama, who was in the mix for USC as well, plus top 70 recruit and offensive tackle Will Black. Florida is number 11. A pretty good job by Billy Napier, given all the drama that I thought he was cooked. I thought he was not going to come back. I'll give him credit for hanging around, hanging tough, and fighting to keep that job so far. Got a 5-star wide receiver, Burnell Brown, plus 3 different defensive backs who are all in the top 76 on the 24/7 Sports Composite, led by safety Hilton Stubb. Tennessee, literally moments before we began to film, jumped into the top 10. They got a commitment from a 4-star defensive lineman, number 37 overall, Isaiah Campbell. They've also got 4 other top 100 recruits, including quarterback George McIntyre, number 92 overall. The one to monitor here for the Volunteers, offensive tackle David Sanders Jr., who OSU has been trying to flip, is not signing today. And there's been some NIL frustration maybe going on between various parties there. That is the gem of the class. You lose him, you're not going to be in the top 10 anymore. Campbell, though, right now is their number 2 recruit, a big addition there that came just across the wire as we were getting ready to go start filming this. If you don't want to miss out on any college football, NFL, MLB, NBA, and everything else in between, hit that sub button. It's Chat Sports for a reason. A lot of transfer portal stuff for you guys as well, so do not miss out. Number 9 is LSU, despite losing Bryce Underwood. We'll spend some more time on that here in a little bit. They do have 2 5-stars. Harlem Berry, that is an elite running back name. I am a big believer in the name theory. Cool name, you're going to be a good football player. Harlem Berry, I just love that name. 15th overall, and then cornerback DJ Pickett, number 12 as well. Texas A&M, a couple more commits, 25 in total. 1 fewer 5-star than LSU. LSU's got 19. A&M's got 14. They've got 2 5-stars or A&M's got 18, excuse me. A&M's got a couple good 5-stars, though. Wide receiver Jerome Miles, number 23. Offensive tackle Lamont Rogers, who they flipped recently, which was a big get there for the Aggies. You got 3 guys in the top 100 as well, beyond these 2, of course. We'll spend some time on Michigan at number 7 because it's been a good couple days for Michigan, couple weeks really, right? You beat Ohio State, you move on from the OC you did not like. They sit number 7 in the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings. 23 total commits, 2 of them 5-stars, and 15 4-stars, excuse me. Now, what is noteworthy, it might not be done yet. Ty Haywood is currently committed to Alabama, but it doesn't sound like anyone around the Tide thinks he's going to end up being a member of the Alabama recruiting class. And Michigan allegedly has been heavily involved in trying to flip him, which would be a huge get. Would also give Michigan 2 of the top offensive tackles in the class. They have 2 5-stars with, in theory, Ty Haywood, Andrew Babaloa. They've also got top 100 recruits in Nathaniel Marshall, Andrew Olish, who, by the way, some flip buzz there, Friday decision, so keep an eye on that one. Andrew Marshall, wide receiver, Shamari Earls, a cornerback, and, of course, the number 1 overall recruit in the nation, Bryce Underwood, who Michigan stole away from LSU with a massive NIL offer that is allegedly worth $10 million minimum and could even be more than that. A huge, huge move there made by the Wolverines, who, shoot, they might start Underwood year 1 because they don't have good quarterback play. They're playing Davis Warren, who somehow beat Ohio State, which puts him as a Michigan Hall of Famer, even though the defense carried them in that game. The NIL game is exploding because it's how it works in the free market. Do you think he's worth the $10+ million in NIL money? Y for yes and for no. Sound off for me in the comment section of today's video. To number 6, Auburn. They are led by their own 5-star recruit, Deuce Knight. They got a bunch of different 4-stars, 16 in total. There'd been some buzz that Auburn might flip some notable players. They were in the mix for Naeem Offord. They did not land him, did not flip some other guys. So for now, they sit just outside the top 5. Ohio State, they did lose Offord, which was mostly expected. Kind of weathered the storm on everything else, including Zion Grady, who Auburn was after. 24 stars in this class. Riley Pettijohn, Fahim Delane, Quincy Porter, the wide receiver, Carter Lowe. They had a lot of success on that front. They also still have 2 5-stars. The number 1 ranked corner, Devin Sanchez, and the number 7 quarterback, Tavian St. Clair, which sounds like one of the easiest commitments ever. He's an Ohio kid who wanted to stay in Ohio and go to Ohio State. Sometimes you get lucky on that front. Number 4, Oregon. Now, Oregon is number 21 commits in total. 15 4-stars, 6 in the top 100, not including 4 different 5-stars. DeCorian Moore, number 4 overall, who looks like he's going to be a really damn good wide receiver. Naeem Offord, who was a bit of a surprise. Some people linked them to Auburn. Oregon ends up landing him. Dallas Wilson, the number 21 overall recruit, and Trey McNutt. Bonus, he's actually the number 2 quarterback recruit in the class. They got a guy, Jerron, long name, Achilles Smith Jr., that went to Oregon State, is currently set to go to Oregon. Number 3, so we'll get to number 3 in a second. Before we get there, I got ahead of myself. Who finishes with the number 1 ranked recruiting class? Let me know in the comment section of today's show. Not quite over, by the way. Alabama, they might slide a little bit, though, because of the aforementioned Ty Haywood. They got 4 different 5-stars, including the number 2 overall recruit, Keelan Russell, who was committed to SMU for so long. Bama flipped him as part of the, this guy's actually really good. Michael Carroll, the interior offensive lineman, Dejon Lee. They've also got guys like, I know you're a big fan, producer Chris, who runs our Bama show. Kalen Deere, I think I'm pronouncing that correct. A.K. Deere. He looks like he's going to be a good back for them long-term as well. Number 2, Georgia. They were number 1 going into today, lost the running back recruit to FSU. They slide down to number 2. They do have 5 5-stars, though. A couple of different defensive linemen, Elijah Griffin, Isaiah Gibson. Talon Taylor, the wide receiver. Ellis Williams, the tight end. Zayden Walker, the linebacker. They got 2 other guys in the top 100 as well. But at number 1, Texas. They are back. That is the official answer on that front. 4 different 5-stars, 19 4-stars as well. Safety, Joel Williams, like he was with the offensive lineman of the NFL. Kalik Lockett and Jamie French, as Texas just keeps getting some great wide receiver talent. And Lance Jackson, the edge, number 25 overall. Texas, we'll see if they hold on to that top spot or not, but heck of a class for Steve Sarkisian.